I call Nipsey one of my first mentors, and they'd be like, "Yo, you like he mentored you?" I'm like, "Nah, I only met the dude once. Probably only spoke a few sentences back and forth to each other, but I learned so much. I wouldn't be doing a lot of the things that I'm doing now probably if I didn't have his demonstration and teachings from him." I tell people I learned more from Nipsey than I learned from my college degree. And I have a college degree in marketing with a professional sales concentration. Hey, yo, everybody has a six-figure goal, but they're only thinking of 100 racks, not realizing that six figures goes all the way up to 900K. And I was able to do that with just one digital product in my business. But it's not about how much came in, it's about how much that I missed out on because of information that I did not have. And I don't want you to go through the same thing in your entrepreneurial journey. So I'm hosting a completely free masterclass this upcoming Thursday, teaching how you can take your own IP, your own intellectual property, knowledge and information that you already have, create digital products and digital assets with it. Not only that, but I'm going to teach you the entire framework and system. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money so you don't have to go through the same pitfalls that I had to go through along the way. So go ahead, click the link, and join the masterclass. It is completely free, but spots are limited, so take advantage now. I'll see you on Thursday. Welcome to another episode of It's Credit at the Top. I'm your host, AstenCeo. I got the voice of God on the other side with me.
Hey, hallelujah.
Man, I just want to say, first of all, rest in peace to the great Nipsey Hussle. Nip Hussle the Great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remixed it. Nip Hussle the GOAT.
Mm.
Today is the anniversary of Nip's untimely passing,
Mm-hmm.
March the 31st. I remember it was the 31st because my anniversary of firing my job is April the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And I celebrate it every year. So I was like putting together, like, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to eat at? All that type of stuff. Then I got the news that Nip got killed.
Yeah, that was crazy.
First, my man's JP. He texted me. And he said Nip got shot. He sent me a link or something. And even still back then, I don't watch those videos of like shootings and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
all that type of stuff. So I was like, man, I ain't about to watch this. I'm like, what's he talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, everybody knows. If anybody knows me, they know I'm a like huge
Yeah.
Nipsey fan. Like it ain't nothing new. It's been like since '09.
Mm-hmm.
So then my phone started blowing up. And I was like, nah. And I remember, bro, I was in my apartment at the time. And I got a sectional. I had a sectional, and I was on like the chase part of the sectional
Mm-hmm.
by the window. I just remember I just kept on saying, no, 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 no,
Mm.
no, no.
Yeah.
Bawling, crying, bro.
Yeah, that was tough. And then you met him before too, so it's like,
Yeah, I met him once.
yeah.
He's literally the only person in my life that I've ever been nervous to meet.
Mm. Hmm.
Like, cause say it was like a meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
Victory, he was on the Victory Lap tour, promoting Victory Lap. Finally, it just dropped. And that's another thing. That's a lesson that I learned from it too, just about persevering and sticking to the script.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually is a marathon. Cause I'm a fan since '09. I've been hearing Nick talk about Victory Lap since like
Forever.
20 2012, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Victory Lap dropped what, 2017?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to say 2017. 2017. Yeah, because it wasn't 2018. No, it was 2018.
No,
Because because
I want to
17
say
17 is too soon. And I know because I moved in 16. So 17 is too soon.
Yeah, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped 2018. And I've been hearing them talk about victory lap since like
Like a
maybe
decade.
2012.
Yeah.
2012, maybe 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm like, victory lap. I'm like, it's finally coming. Then another mixtape would come.
Yeah, because he was like, yeah, I remember waiting, and I wasn't even like the biggest fan. I was a fan from Crenshaw, but like in comparison to
But
what,
all you knew was Crenshaw though.
yeah, that's all
So
I
you
knew.
were a fan of Crenshaw.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because I remember, bro, in college, for whatever the reason, I was the only person in the dorms. Like on both sides. I was like, dang, whole crew done went and had fun tonight. Didn't tell me, didn't
left
tell me nothing.
left that boy solo with the slippers. Remember the brown slippers you had?
Yeah. Or the couple people that might have been strength like dangling around, I wouldn't,
Yeah, it wasn't
I
enough.
wouldn't be, hey, let's hang out.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like the only person in college that didn't have a computer.
Mm,
I didn't have a laptop.
mm-hmm.
So I would either use your laptop or I would be in the library
Mm, mm.
or the college of business because they had that one room that would be like open
Yeah, with the
sometime.
computer. Yeah.
Yeah, where they had the big whatever, the room I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. So I'm like, I'm seeing you gone, your roommate's gone. And for those listening, we used to be suite mates. So it was two rooms, we shared the bathroom.
Mm,
And I and if you was gone, I'd be on your computer and I was on World Star. And it was some video, it was like a promotional video.
mm-hmm.
But it was like one of them things with a voice. It was basically like Nipsey Hussle is of the streets. Right? So I'm like, what? Nip had like the like if people know Fresh Braid Nip, those are newer fans.
Mm, mm.
If all you know is the four super crisp straight bats with the stitch braid, like stitch meaning you can see the three strands
Mhm.
on each. You're a newer fan if that's all that you know. So you'll
Yeah.
see all these pictures of Nip and the the all the
Like the press runs and stuff.
remembrance things
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. Mhm.
or the murals. It's always like one of these couple pictures, or when people do repost pictures, like Nip, whatever. It's like super crisp.
Yeah.
That's a newer thing, bro. Like that super, super crisp
Mhm.
straight back ain't come till victory lap,
Yeah.
for one. So this is when he had like the braids like falling down.
Mm, mhm.
Had a few of them. He and a wife beater. He's giving a little kid like some advice
Mhm.
on some things that may or may not allegedly be legal.
That's my
Because
favorite word, allegedly.
Nip's like in his car, and the kid, you can tell this kid can't be no older than 12,
Mm,
13,
mm.
maybe 14. And he's like, yo, cuz, what you doing, cuz? He's like, man, I'm out here trying to get it.
Mhm.
He's like, man, I thought you quit hustling. What you doing? What you got? And they talking numbers and shit. He's like, man, you out here hustling for, basically telling them like, you out here doing it, go do it and make some money. Like, why you
Yeah.
taking these risks for that little bit that you out here doing? Like, basically, you wasting your time.
Mhm.
And then they just showing the neighborhood Crenshaw, so think he neighborhood Nick.
Mhm.
And I was like, who is this? It's showing the ghetto birds, the helicopters in the air and
Mhm.
stuff. And it's just showing him like in the streets and the element
Mhm.
and stuff. No music, but it was promotion for some music, and I was like, who is this dude? But whatever it was, it felt real. I was
Mhm.
like, I gotta see, what is he even talking about?
Mhm.
And at the time, Bullets Ain't Got No Name Volume 2 was out. So that was the first thing I listened to, and I fucked with it.
Mhm.
But it was totally different kind of music. Like it wasn't like he's my favorite rapper.
Right, right.
It was like, yo, it's hard.
Was it the first time you heard anything like it, or did it, like, remind you of something like, oh, you was like, "Oh, this is West Coast," or was this like, "Oh, nah, this different?"
Now it was different because I never really listened to West Coast rappers.
Right.
Cause you gotta think, say when I wasn't in the era of pop.
Mhm.
So I missed that whole wave. And then I mean I was alive, but I was a little kid. Like I'm not listening to
Right. You knew the
I wasn't
singles.
listening to rap. No, I wasn't listening to rap, period.
Oh, really? So you wasn't on California Love when it dropped and
I mean,
Changes?
if it's on the TV
Yeah,
or
yeah.
I'm in the car with my parents and it's on the radio,
Yeah, yeah, that's why I was like the singles, you know what I'm saying? You knew about the singles.
yeah, but I'm not like listening to music. I'm playing video games, I'm watching cartoons, I'm running outside and playing. It ain't like what's hey, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah, throw your west side in the air.
I'm watching Wayne's Brothers and are we set tripping? Are we set tripping? But I don't
Yeah.
like I was a kid's kid. Like
Mhm.
so it was different just off of fact I've always liked aggressive rap. So it had an aggressive element to it, but he was talking about something that was new to me because that era Nick, he was rapping about gang banging.
Mhm. Like, 'cause he was fresh out, like,
Now he wasn't out, he was in.
mm.
Nip ain't really ever get out. The thing it's certain politics is what ended him.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of, like, 'cause he had said something about, like, being active and how he had made the decision to sell his car and get the stuff for his studio. He was like, "That's when I became a rapper."
Nah, that's when he talked about getting selling his car, selling his Lincoln with the Alpinas. That wasn't getting out of game banging. That was getting out of hustling.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, because you ain't getting out of the game. Like, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you ain't you in it, you in it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But and the gang culture back then in like '09, 2010, it wasn't like it is now. Because we know it originated in LA. Like
Mhm.
that's why it's different. Somebody may bang something. Like we got people banging, rapping certain sets in my city. They It's different, bro. It ain't
Yeah,
like
yeah, for
politics
sure.
ain't the same. It'll just be some kid that you in seventh, eighth grade. You a seventh grader. Your favorite rapper saying this certain thing. You start saying it and wearing the colors, and then you've been repping
Right.
it, and now you 28 and you still claiming that you something just off of you
Mhm.
listen to Lil Wayne when you was in seventh grade. That's how it
Right.
is in my city. I don't want no smoke if y'all see
Yeah.
me when I come home. But then it wasn't none of that. It was just some LA stuff.
Mhm.
It didn't like yeah, you had games in different places, like but LA politics is different.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, you might have still had the GDs and Vice Lords up in Chicago or something, or uh in my city we might have had the Latin Kings that had came like from other cities or whatever.
Mhm.
Or but I'm just saying as far as how it is now, it wasn't that, and rappers wasn't rapping about that.
Right.
So when I say it was something new, it was like new from that aspect of it.
Mhm.
But it ain't him talking about banging that got me. It was a song on there called Piss Poor. That's what got me
Mm.
to be like, yo, he's all right.
Yeah.
Because even though Lip does got the lyrical skill that most people don't realized that he got. I remember you even called me one day. You was like, "Bro, I ain't know."
Yeah, 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 for sure.
He was like, "Man, wifey just had like a knit playlist playing," and I was like, "What is? I didn't know he had that."
Yeah, I had to go check the title. I was like, hold on, what's this from? I ain't never heard that one.
But I'm more of a since day one. I know you like lyrical exercises.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, look at this. How could he put this and that, and you like fast rap and tangling up words, and I appreciate it too. But I more so listen to stuff that it connects, and that's why I get my favorite rappers from.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it was like at one point what Meek was talking, it was like Meek really attacked. Like I really got attached to Meek's lyrics, or
Mm-hmm.
Nip, or or some of the stuff DMX was talking about, or
Mm-hmm.
Hove on some of them. Hove's more so like he's cold. But then as I got older, I could relate to some of the stuff
Mm-hmm.
more. And then it's why like Hove's in such a high regard. So he had this song called Piss Poor. And like the very last before it, like the last bars before the song ended, on the last verse, he said, every boss take a loss. What did he say? Every boss take a loss. Still all right. Now, how did it go? Impossible odds, every boss take a loss. Still I live for my people and I ride for my squad. See, I come from the struggle. I was born up the hustle. Me and my mama and my granny and my big brother. My Uncle Reggie smoked dope, but we still love him. He pawned my granny wedding ring and she still trusts him.
Mm-hmm.
If I ruled the world, I wouldn't change nothing. I thank the Lord for my struggle because I came from it. Hustle. It was
Mm-hmm.
those bars. I was like,
Yeah, that's
he
hard.
all right.
Yeah,
Because
that's poetry.
it sounded hard and I could relate to it. Different characters, but same
Mm-hmm.
story that he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I got an Uncle Reginald, rest in peace. He said he got Uncle Reggie, smoked dope, but we still love my Uncle Reginald. He had his problems with substances and
Yeah.
alcohol or whatever. Stole stuff from family members, but it's like, so I'm like, whatever it was, it's like that bar caught me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went back and listened to the first one. Then the Bullets Ain't Got No Name Volume 3, and I was like, I'm still messing with him. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, he's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm getting into the story, and we had a teammate at the time that's from LA. And he was like, yeah, he's all right, but he's never gonna make it. I was like, what you mean he never gonna? I'm like, this dude cold. Like now I'm like the fandom's building.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, nah, what you mean he ain't gonna
Yeah,
make
he's
it? I'm like,
offended you, like,
he's nice. He gonna
yeah,
pop.
yeah.
Like he gonna pop. He's gonna be like one of them ones. No, he ain't. He ain't never gonna make it. I, I said, why? He said, cause them songs you like, it's real.
Yeah.
And at this time too, you gotta think rap and the entertainment business is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just be making songs.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize this yet. So I'm like, what you mean it's real? Yeah,
Right.
I know it's real. He rapping about it. He's like, no, you dummy. Like he's really banging. He's not a rapper.
Yeah.
And it still wasn't clicking with me. I'm like, bro, he's nice. He's like, nah, cuz. He's like, cuz, no, bro. He lives, there's certain things in LA that he can't escape. That's why he's not going to make it in music.
Mm,
Like what he signed up for, you don't get out of it.
mm,
And you have to get out of it to be to make it in entertainment.
mm.
And he has a background in it, so he has different information than I know because his whole family is in the entertainment business.
Right.
That's all that he knows. So I'm like, What you mean he ain't gonna make
I
it?
mean,
I'm
yeah,
still not putting two
still
and
ain't.
two together.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I'm like, the marathon, TMC, the marathon continues. That's why Nips got on Rap Niggas. He said, not on Rap Niggas, on Victory Lap, the intro to Victory Lap, the
Mm-hmm.
song Victory Lap.
Mm-hmm.
He said, he said, uh, what'd he say? What's the lyric, bro? I know it too. I just can't think of it. The bar where it's like, "Fuck, I want to hear your CD4."
Oh yeah, that's at the end.
But I'm trying to think of the lyric. He
Like
says
what
because he's
goes
basically
into it.
saying like don't compare us just because we make music.
Right.
100 band, 100 band, 100 band, 100 band, 100 band, 100 bands. Everybody has a six-figure goal, but they're thinking too small. They're only thinking of 100 bands, not realizing that six figures goes all the way up to 900K. And I was able to do that in my business with just one digital product. But it's not about how much came in, it's about how much that I lost out on because of information that I did not have. And I do not want you to go through the same thing on your entrepreneurial journey. So I'm hosting a completely free masterclass this upcoming Thursday, teaching how you can create and scale digital products and digital assets. But not only that, I'm giving you the entire framework and system to take your own intellectual property, your own IP, get it in the right system to scale. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money. So go ahead, click the link, and join me this upcoming Thursday for the masterclass. See you soon. If you ain't living die by these street codes, been through all these street motions up and down like a seesaw, I can never see you as my equal. Fuck, I want to hear your CD fall. But he's basically saying, like, you ain't, we're not equals
Mm-hmm.
just because you come from the hood and make music and quote unquote made it.
Right.
It's like you ain't been through what I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why the second song right after that intro is Rap
Rap
Niggas.
niggas, yeah.
I ain't nothing like you fucking rap niggas.
I ain't even think about that.
I've been hearing Nipsey talk about that song Rap Niggas since like 2014, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
He had that song.
In the
He
tuck.
wanted to hold that song for when his album came out.
Mm-hmm. And that joint hard. Ransom went in on that joint.
But the concept of like once he got, I'm sure it sounded different as far as the formulation of the beat because he literally sat on that song for like 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 years. Like who does that?
Mm-hmm.
Just because for him and his movement, he's like, I ain't nothing like none of these.
Right. And he calculated, like real tactful. You know what I'm saying? Clearly the
That
marathon and victory lap, he showed you like, look, I don't mind taking my time to get it right. So we gonna do it
mhm.
like this. We gonna keep this in the tuck because when it hit, when it's supposed to hit, it's a wrap.
And Rap Niggas was so he wanted that to be the intro.
Mm. Mm. That would have
Like
been
like
hard.
statement.
I'm glad he didn't know, but it would have been hard.
Hmm.
Like setting that tone. Cause that
Rap
intro is dope.
Niggas, the intro was originally intended to be the outro.
Mm. That makes sense.
Cause you can tell how the Stacey Barth and it sounds like an outro. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's an amazing intro.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know that it was intended to be the outro, you can hear it
Right.
being an outro also.
Right. That's like
And
Kendrick.
even the end of how the song ends, like "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
victory lap at the end, like it's like
Yeah.
let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
most people don't know that's Lauren London's voice saying victory lap.
Oh, word.
Hmm.
Yeah, that album hard, man. I'm gonna have to listen to
But he
that.
but he but he meant but he wanted to have rap niggas as the intro. It's like statement. I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I
So
said
I'm like,
it would have been crazy. Like it worked out either way. That's the beauty of having options with that level of greatness. But If you would heard that, like pressing play for the first time, you be like, "Yo, this, hey,
Yeah,
he ain't come to play."
and he also knew when when Victory Lap came, that moment came, he's gonna be introduced to a whole lot of other people
Mm-hmm.
that ain't me. Like I've been
Yeah.
listening. His core fans been listening. That's why his core, he was able to survive during all that time.
Mm-hmm.
Because he built up his tribe. You don't need a lot of people. You just need
Right. The right people.
those the right people.
Mm-hmm.
You just need who messes with you. That's why I say your avatar. And them understood who his avatar was, and they all once he changed his message, like he wasn't as popular. Bullets ain't got it. It started when the marathon dropped.
Mm-hmm.
That's when my like, oh, okay, he done won. It
Mm-hmm.
was the marathon. It was totally different, bro. Just the message was different.
Right.
Like, yeah, he's still talking about certain elements of the street because that's where he come from. That's what he know, and that's what he's was in.
Mm-hmm.
But then you start hearing about, this perseverance, and because everybody, no matter what, that's why the marathon can connect with anybody because everybody's going through their own. Everybody got a struggle.
Right.
What somebody else's struggle may not look like a struggle to me, but internally to them, it's a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can relate to the message of the marathon
Mm-hmm.
because like just keep going. And then also once the people are tapped in as fans and you start listening to him talk, because all these clips of these interviews, that's another thing. I know for a fact, I was telling somebody this a couple weeks ago. I know for a fact about 40 something, maybe half, if not more percent of all those viral Nipsey clips everybody be posting all the time originated from my Instagram page.
Mm.
I know that for a fact.
Right. Cause those are like real specific clips.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because these specific clips they weren't viral they weren't on the internet at the time. If
Mm-hmm.
somebody scrolls back on my Instagram page to like
17.
2016,
Mm-hmm.
2017,
Mm-hmm.
it low key looks like I have a theme page of just motivational quotes. They're
Mm-hmm.
still all up there.
Mm-hmm.
And people will be like, yo, where you find these quotes at? And I'm like, I'm not searching for them. It's literally what I would be listening to during the day. And I'd be like, yo, that's fire. I would
Mm-hmm.
rip it, make the little clip, and then post it on my page.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these Nipsey clips. I know for a fact they weren't on social media at the time.
Right.
And I know from this 1 second to that one, it's literally the exact beginning and
Mm-hmm.
end of my clips.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like over time, and I would tag them up. So it's like over time, it would just
About to
then all
circulate.
these motivational pages and entrepreneurial theme pages and all this stuff is like just over time. And I'd be like, dang, I know I posted that on
Mm-hmm.
in 2017. It went viral. But anyways, but then it's like once the core fans started to listen outside of the music,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you just start rooting for him more.
Right.
And then it's like and he's educating too. Because a lot of things, that's why I tell people, uh, I call Nipsey one of my first mentors.
Mm-hmm.
And they be like, yo, like he mentored you? I'm like, nah, I only met the dude once. Probably only spoke a few sentences back and forth to each other. But I learned so much. I wouldn't be doing a lot of the things that I'm doing now, probably, if I didn't have his demonstration
Mm-hmm.
and teachings from him. I tell people I learned more from Nipsey than I learned from my college degree.
Mm.
And I have a college degree in marketing with a professional sales concentration. College didn't teach me anything about marketing or sales.
Taught you CYA. Remember what was his name? He just put
Dr. Marcel.
yeah, Marcel.
And I only went to college to hoop. If I didn't hoop, I wouldn't have a college degree. So
Okay.
that's the only reason I have a degree. But I learned more from Nipsey about marketing and branding
Mhm.
than a college degree taught me.
Mhm.
And I also learned that if you're good at marketing and branding, you don't have to be that good at sales.
Mm. That makes
Ain't
sense.
like Nips out there doing sales presentations for you to
Right.
buy the stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. Because you're good at branding and marketing, then you just got inbound based off of who you are and what you're doing versus like you just said, you ain't doing no sales presentation, like, you know.
Yeah. He built the brand.
Mhm.
He built the brand. Then he comes up with strategic marketing ideas and he markets those to the people that's tapped into the brand. Like when you became aware when Crenshaw came out,
Mhm.
the marketing aspect of it got you interested in it, but all that brand that he built got the people to buy the $100
Mhm.
CDs.
Mhm.
You're not gonna buy it. I would buy it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I say like the brand is so important because people they be out here marketing and they say that their marketing doesn't work. Like, yeah, because you built no brand.
Right.
He dropped Crenshaw a mixtape for $100. Everybody was like, man, this dude crazy. Had a but then they saw at the pop-up shop when he released it, they see a line going around the block.
Mhm.
Like, what? Next mixtape, Mailbox Money. He sold it for 1,000.
Yep. Bow wow.
The first one he sold, the first one he sold 1,000 copies for $100. Mailbox Money, he sold 100 copies for $1,000.
Mhm.
I'm like, that's brand.
Yeah, for sure.
I just wish that he waited a little bit to drop Mailbox Money
Why is that?
because it's not in his discography. It's not as highly
Got it.
regarded as it should be because
Mhm.
it came so quickly after Crenshaw.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Mailbox Money, the one.
I gotta listen to it. I know I've heard it before, but I can't think of anything on it just off the top of my head.
I know because it was like Crenshaw, you heard about everywhere. Like
And I'm sure I was still listening to Crenshaw.
that's what I'm saying. Mailbox Money came out so quickly
Yeah,
after.
yeah.
But I'm like, Mailbox Money for me, like I probably would rank it number three. But as far as like what he's saying on there,
Mm, mm.
it might be number one as far as what he's saying.
Right. So what you got? Victory lap.
If I'm
Vis-
just talking about bodies of work,
yeah.
Victory Lap gonna be number one just because album wise, I feel like it's one of the few perfect albums. Like for me, I'm putting it up there with Marshall Mathers LP,
Hmm.
Blueprint, even though Jay-Z's favorite Blueprint's not my favorite Jay-Z album, but I think it's his best.
Mm, mm.
Blueprint, s- Late Registration. Like I'm putting it up there
Right. Right.
with them.
With them ones. Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as what he's talking, Mailbox Money, it's up there with like what I feel like how I hold 444 in regard as far as what Ho's talking about.
Hmm.
That's what I put Mailbox Money with.
Yeah.
Except Hove when he's talking on another level on 444. If he has some business stuff, some ownership, just some man and family stuff, right?
Hmm.
I don't want people to get it confused. Nick ain't talking about none of that. But I'm just talking about think the the title of it is Mailbox Money.
Right.
So he talking some business ownership, entrepreneurial. That's all the talk is on it.
Hmm.
Mailbox money is, you getting that check in the mail every month.
Mhm.
So that's what the basis of the album is, and that's what he's talking about. And then in between it, he got skits of like just him talking or clips of him talking and stuff
Mhm.
about like what's the new business model? What are the bragging rights?
Mhm.
He's like, yeah, he's like 5, 10 years from now, the bragging rights is gonna be ownership. What do you own? What can you create? What is your power? Like that's gonna be the bragging rights,
Mhm.
which it is. He's like, yeah, big labels, they give advances for checks. I mean, they give advances for what? Ownership.
Mhm.
Give you some upfront money so they can get the back end, the mailbox money. And something that I say all the time now, amateurs get paid on the front end, experts get paid on the back end. That's
Mhm.
the whole message of the whole joint, the
Mhm.
mailbox money. So it's just like what he's talking on there is different.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but even through building his brand, and he knew he had messed around and said victory lap coming soon all these years ago. He still got to give his fans something.
Mhm.
So that's when Crenshaw comes out. That's when Mailbox Money come out. That's when Slauson Boy 2 come out.
Mhm.
People don't even know these records. I know you know songs, but Slauson Boy 2, that's where
Yeah.
Ocean Views is on Slauson Boy 2.
Ocean View is hard. I
That's when all
honestly,
these
Bro, not like you saying stuff out loud, and I'm thinking about it like right now. Nip be delivering, bro. He was delivering, dog. Like I guess in real time, I was just enjoying what I heard. But now thinking back to it, I'm like, I rock with everything I done heard from Nip. Like,
Yeah, that's when No Pressure come. No Pressure, one of my favorite Nip projects. Period. People don't
oh,
even know about
that's
No
with old buddy,
Pressure
right?
with Bino.
Yeah. That's the one I called you over. The song off of there. What's the name of that song?
Yeah, the one where he like rapping.
Yeah, he going in. And he not even like rapping too fast and nothing like that. It's just his cadence was crazy on there.
But my favorite song on there. It ain't one that you would go for. It's none of this. It's like what he talking about. He's like, y'all ain't did none of this. You ain't put an actress on the floor.
Oh yeah,
You ain't never
that
front
song
line.
hard.
You ain't never front line a
Not a
war.
war, yeah. That song hard.
He said you ain't put an actress on the floor. He got Lauren London on the court side at the lake. You ain't put an actress
Mhm.
on the floor. You ain't never front line a war. You ain't got a line around the store.
Yeah. Nah, that song
You ain't
hard.
never headline a tour. You ain't did
Mhm.
none of this. So, but I'm just saying, but he knows he still gotta feed his fans. Cause he done
Mhm.
said this victory lap coming soon. Next year, victory lap coming soon. The next year, victory lap coming soon.
Mhm.
The next year, victory lap coming soon. Well, damn, Nick, what we got? All right, look, y'all. I know I said victory lap coming, but look, I'm gonna give y'all the marathon continues.
Mhm.
That's where TMC comes from. The marathon drop. All right, I'm gonna give y'all the marathon continues. All right, I'm gonna give y'all Crenshaw. All right, I'm gonna give y'all mailbox money. All right, I'm gonna give y'all Slauson Boy 2.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna give y'all what the joint I just said. I'm gonna give y'all No Pressure. All right,
Mhm.
I'm gonna drop a greatest. In between all that, I'm gonna drop a greatest hits. All right. and then on after TMC, he dropped out TMC Extra Laps.
I am not aware of that one.
Like it still goes into the whole victory lap, and the cover of it was like the V for victory lap with the with the
Okay.
star.
Uh-huh.
Like that shows how long he had been talking about victory lap.
Yeah.
But it's like, and people don't know too, during all this time of waiting for the victory lap to come out, think people had known that he signed that deal with Atlantic. Because for people that don't know, Nip had to fuck the middleman.
Mhm.
That was his whole campaign. That's where the Proud to Pay came from too. Because for those that don't know, when he dropped the $100 mixtape for Crenshaw, when he dropped the $1,000 mixtape for Manbox Money, he had a Proud to Pay campaign, which you can see as soon as he did it, other artists started to implement it as well. But the Proud to Pay it's by choice, not by force. So if you
Mhm.
want to pay $100 for the mixtape and support, cool. Or you can get it for free because he knows this is a time where streaming wasn't like it is now, but it was about to come.
Mhm.
And everybody was downloading music. Like I used to download all my music from this website called Rap Godfathers at the time.
Mhm. Is it still
So
up?
he's like, I don't know,
Yeah.
but uh, I don't know because that Piff is gone.
Is it?
I saw something like a month ago, maybe that was like RIP that Piff, like they shutting down shop.
Yeah, because I was like, it had to be recent because I listened to I was listening to Lil Wayne not too long ago on that Pip. Some mixtape Wayne.
Yeah, but he knows he's like they gonna get it for free anyways. So you can either get it for free or if you proud to pay, boom. And that came from a lyric from the Marathon Continues. Like
Mm.
that whole campaign was a lyric that he said that he probably was like, "Yo, that sounds like a USP, a unique sales proposition."
Mm. Mm.
He's like, "I ain't heard nobody say that before. I've even heard him say this out his mouth." He's like, "I've heard other rappers say stuff that other rappers have said."
Mm.
He's like, "I've never heard anybody say they'll be proud to," because I can't remember the lyric off the top of my head, but he said something, something else, and I got style for days. And when I do something, something, they'll be proud to
Proud to
pay.
pay. Mm.
He's like, proud to pay. That was the thing.
Mm.
Hey, yo, most people, they have a six-figure goal, but they're thinking too small. They're only thinking of 100 bands. You're thinking too small. We need to be thinking big. Six figures goes up to 900K. And I was able to do that in my business with just one digital product. But it's not about how much bread came in. It's about how much that I lost out on because of information that I did not have. And I do not want the same thing to happen to you along your entrepreneurial journey. So I'm hosting a completely free masterclass this upcoming Thursday, teaching how you can take your already existing skills and information that you already have, your own intellectual property, your IP, create digital products and digital assets with them. Not only that, but I'm giving you the entire framework, strategies, and system. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money so you don't have to go through the same pitfalls that I had to go through along the way. So go ahead, click the link and register for the masterclass, and I will see you this upcoming Thursday. And as soon as he did it, huge, bigger, Eminem did something similar like right afterwards.
Mm.
And like some other like rock group did something. And even in say today, La Russell, uh, if y'all familiar with La Russell did the same thing.
Mhm.
You can either uh La Russell did, you can he didn't put a price on it. You put the price on it.
Mhm.
So Nip sold it for 100. La Russell, you go to download his music or you go to buy his music and support, it's blank and you put how much money you want to
Mhm.
pay for it.
Mhm.
Some people in the digital marketing space I've seen do the same exact thing. They have something available. Yo, here's this ebook, here's this course, here's this training that I have. Uh, pay what you want.
Mhm.
I thought about doing it, but the way that people, including La Russell, do it now, to where you get something, they'll have a minimum.
Yeah,
So
I
the
was
people
about to
that
say that.
that try to put zero, you can't download it.
Yeah, because it's more it's a pay what you want. It's an offer disguised as pay what you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But where a lot of people in the digital marketing space messed up, where LaRussell got it right, I'm giving y'all some game right now. Cause I study this stuff and I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
these dudes that I've seen in the digital marketing space, they tried it and I seen they pulled it, they took the offer away very quickly.
Mhm.
I was like, it ain't work for them. Why is it working for LaRussell? Everybody else that tried it, they had where you put in your number of what you want to pay, they had it blanked out.
Mm.
LaRussell had $100 in it.
Mhm. Condition.
So where's the people where it says zero or it's blanked out and you just get to come up with a number yourself,
Mhm.
yeah, you probably put in zero or something versus you at least think when you see the 100 there or $50 there or something, you'll be like, why you got 100 in it? You
Yeah.
gotta delete the number and then put
Right. Yeah. It's a little
what
nudge.
your number is. Yeah, it's a psychological thing.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it's like I ain't gonna put 100. I'll put 20.
Mhm.
Versus you see the zero, you just hit continue,
Yep.
or you might put 5 or something. It's just a different mind frame and thought process of going from zero and coming up versus seeing the higher number and coming down.
Mhm. Cause you going cause regardless, you're gonna feel a way if you see like $100 there, it would feel off to put $5 in place of that.
Yeah, but even if you do, you got to go through the mental of seeing the 100, deleting the 100,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
and then putting $5 right there
Mhm.
versus seeing zero or seeing blank and just hitting continue or putting 5. There ain't no number there. I'm gonna put 5.
Right, right.
Cause a lot of stuff just be basic human psychology.
Mhm.
But Nip, though, before we wrap it up, I just want to talk about just when I say I learned more about branding and marketing and even sales from Nipsey than my college degree. There's just certain words that I never heard that I went and I did some research myself off of stuff that I heard Nipsey say. I never heard the words vertical integration put together in my life till Nipsey said it.
Mm, mhm.
People might think that um, he said it on a song because he said it on the intro to Victory Lap. I'm integrated vertically. Y'all niggas blew it, right?
Mhm.
That's not the first time I heard him say it. First time I heard Nip say vertical integration is on a Vlad TV interview from like
Mhm.
2013.
Mhm.
He got a hat on backwards. He got the little beard where it's like stubble
Mhm.
and it's not full, it's like narrow. And he's like, yeah, my goal is to be the first vertically integrated company in rap. I'm like, what is that?
Mhm.
The example he used, he was like, yeah, Henry Ford. He's like, that's how he was able to, dominate the car industry because he owned everything from production to consumption.
Mhm.
He's like, just like Apple, they own or control everything from production to consumption. He's like they not only make the hardware, it's like they also make the software that the hardware goes on,
Mhm.
and then they are the gatekeepers to the app store, and they control the buying experience of the customer through the Apple stores,
Mhm.
and they all have the same aesthetic. He was like, that's what he wants to do with his songs, products, and the marathon store. He was replicating Apple.
Mhm.
That's why I'm like, this
Yeah.
dude different.
Yeah, for sure.
I heard him say it in 2013.
Yeah, like I like when people I like the term like or the saying I would say like when people describe somebody as like one of the greatest minds of our time. Like that's Nip. Like not a cold rapper or like he was one of the greatest minds of our
And so what
generation.
Nip wanted to have like a bunch of marathon stores in all the major US cities.
Mhm.
And then when he has a drop, you gotta go get it
in the
from the
store.
marathon store.
Yeah, and
And they
and
would
through
all
that
have the same as,
experience.
yeah. Because even as things started to change, he was saying that you know, where's the value in brick and mortar? Because people not, he was like, people ain't gonna be going to these places just to go because you can buy stuff online. You got to have an experience.
Mhm.
So he was cultivating the marathon store to be an experience and have that experience be nationwide.
Mhm.
So whereas it's only something unique that you can get from him at the store, you can't stream it,
Right.
you can't do this, you can't buy it online. Like it would only be something unique to the store.
Mhm.
Still modeling Apple because I'm like, if I the rare chance that I do go to the mall, they're dead right now.
Mhm.
Like all them businesses are gonna go. Foot Locker closing what 120 stores or something
Nah,
like that.
600 stores.
600 Foot Locker closing 600 stores. Like malls are done.
Mhm.
You know what is booming every single time I do happen to go to the mall, and I be wondering why
Yeah.
the Apple store.
Mhm.
Why is the Apple store always crowded? People just in there just on computers. Apple store has classes. Last time I went to the mall, it was a class of people, all 50 and up, learning how to use the products.
I see. I didn't even know that.
Apple has in-store events.
That's
This was a
crazy.
literal training, bro. It was like 35 people in there going through a class, an in-person training
Mhm.
on how to work whatever the product was that they was going over. Might have been a MacBook or something.
Mhm. Yeah, we were in the Apple store last week, twice last week actually. Yeah, be
And it
booming.
was crowded, wasn't it?
Always. I've never been in the empty Apple store where it's like, where everybody at? Like
And every time I walked past it, the only reason I went in, I wasn't in the Apple store. I just saw all these people just sitting there and the guy in front like teaching, and I was just like, because I'm always wanting to learn stuff. Like,
Mhm.
what are they doing? Because I'm working on building something similar right now. Like that's why I switched everything and made stuff that I'm doing now the main focus. Because I'm like, yo, this would be vertically integrated, like what Nick was talking about.
Mhm.
So I'm in there. I'm like, all right, if Apple's one of the models to study, I just happen to walk past. I'm like, yo, what y'all doing?
Mhm.
Oh, this is just a class that we're having to teach people that don't know how to use the product how to use the product. I'm like, really? How did they even know to sign up for the? That's when I get to thinking, how did they even know to
Right.
sign up for the class?
Right.
But that's just some whole other stuff. But I'm like vertical integration. And then he used the examples of Ford and Apple. I'm like, that's one thing. Then I read Think and Grow Rich. One of the examples that they use in the book is Henry Ford, right?
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, this dude read. Because I never even yeah, you think Ford truck, but I never even knew Henry. I didn't even know who Henry Ford was
Right.
till I hear Nick talking about Henry Ford, vertical integration. I read Think and Grow Rich, got the examples of Henry Ford and all that stuff. I'm like, he read this.
Mhm.
I wonder what else he read. Then I find out he read Think and Grow Rich. I find out he read, is it The Power of Now or Think? I don't know this other book that's on my mind. Three Magic Words. And then I found out he read Three Magic Words, and I
Mhm.
found out he read Contagious by Jonah Berger. That's where he got the idea for the
The mixtape.
for the Crenshaw, the $100 mixtape.
Mhm.
Then I found out he read 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing, 22 Immutable Laws of Branding.
Mhm.
And I found out he read, uh, I'm just saying, then I find out all these books that he was reading. Then I go and I read the books. So people be like, yo, how you got this information that you got? I'm like, it ain't by I went searching for it because the first person that I heard talking about some of this stuff, I
Was
heard him talking about it.
mhm.
And then I'm like, then when I hear him say certain things like I hear him say that he said that there's rules to being a brand and ain't no rules to being a rapper. He's like, if you just out here try and be a rapper, it can get confusing. There's a lot of different ways you can go.
Mm,
He's like, but if you build a brand, there's a clear roadmap that
mhm,
you can follow to build a power brand. He's like, I'm building a brand.
mhm.
I ain't rappers out here, they don't be building no brands.
Nah, you rapping and
They
living.
just be they just be rapping. And so it's like, so when they start to not get hot or whatever, what are they like? I know Lil Baby's still successful. I'm not knocking him. I'm just using him as an example. Dang, Lil Baby ain't as fire as he was 2 years ago
Right.
or 2020. Unfortunately for him, when he was his hottest, pandemic hit. He couldn't capitalize on it and
Mhm.
hit the road. But it's like people was talking about Baby like he was gonna be the one.
Right.
How
Cause
much
he
you really
dropped
hear
that
about Lil?
video. Remember that video he dropped where it was like riots in the street in the video and stuff like that? And then everybody was like, oh, baby, like he here to stay.
Yeah, but that happened in the pandemic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You hear about Lil Baby now? Hey yo, everybody has a six-figure goal, but they're only thinking of 100 racks, not realizing that six figures goes all the way up to 900K. And I was able to do that with just one digital product in my business. But it's not about how much came in, it's about how much that I missed out on because of information that I did not have. And I don't want you to go through the same thing in your entrepreneurial journey. So I'm hosting a completely free masterclass this upcoming Thursday, teaching how you can take your own IP, your own intellectual property, knowledge and information that you already have, create digital products and digital assets with it. Not only that, but I'm going to teach you the entire framework and system. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money so you don't have to go through the same pitfalls that I had to go through along the way. So go ahead, click the link, and join the masterclass. It is completely free, but spots are limited, so take advantage now. I'll see you on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? You rapping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can say you got 4 PF, 4 pockets full, but that's not. But he ain't branding that. That's just something that they be. That's his clip. They just be saying that.
Mm-hmm.
They all got the chains and stuff. But the marathon is he built a brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Rockefeller built a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Boy built a brand. Bad Boy ain't had nobody outside of French Montana the past 30 years. Bad Boy's still a thing.
Right. Yep.
So it's like, and then I'll use that as I start to think as an entrepreneur. It's like, okay, you go out here and you got a goal of being an entrepreneur. It's a lot of ways you can go. It can get confusing.
Mm-hmm.
You can get lost.
Mm-hmm.
You focus on building a brand. There's rules and guidelines that you can follow,
Right.
like a literal set blueprint.
Mm-hmm. Which we need.
I I got that from it. Like ain't no college degree teaching me that, or no MBA, or no.
Right.
So branding, marketing, vertical integration, mailbox money, and it's like uh in the past I got sidetracked.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you just uh, you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you can get sidetracked. But it's like nah, let's build let's build a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Like AstenCeo can be a brand. Or AstenCeo is a brand. It's crowded at the top is a brand.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm out here picking up bags and stuff. That's not a sustainable. That's not going to be something that's sustainable a decade from now.
Right.
That's why I took a step back. Something else I also heard Nip say. Sometimes you gotta uh take what did he say? Basically, like he had to take 10 steps back
Mhm.
to go forward. Because I'm
Mhm.
like I'm looking a decade from now. I'm like, yo, what I'm doing right now, it ain't gonna be sustainable 5 years from now, 10 years from now,
Mhm.
12, 15 years from now. Like versus, all right, take a step back, rebuild. That'll be something that can be here 5 years from now, 10 years from now,
Right. And then even
15
like
years from now.
I was telling somebody this a few days ago, even like taking the step back, looking at it in the long term, taking that step back is just a blip in time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So like we be so focused on like, oh no, like if I take a step back, that mean I'm stopping right now and blah blah blah. Like, nah, like think about 3 months to 10 years. 3 months to get your 10 years right. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 months, 6 months, eight,
Yeah,
a
whatever.
year.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
But a step back, it ain't stopping. A step back, it's like a slingshot. You
Hmm.
take them 10 steps back, all it's gonna do is catapult
Exactly.
you as soon as you let go.
Hmm.
But when you do take those steps back, it can't you gotta have a reason for it. Don't just
Yeah.
make some excuse and I stopped. That's not taking a 10 step back
Yeah, nah,
to
that
get
ain't.
to build just because you quit something and then restart. That's what a lot of people be saying that they doing. I'm rebranding. You ain't even start a brand to begin with. How you rebranding yourself?
Hmm. Hmm.
Or you got unmotivated and you stopped. Oh, I quit. I was doing this and then I quit. I'm doing it again. I take them 10 steps back to take 100 forward. Nah, you just stop. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, because I even just thought about, even in literal terms, like taking the 10 steps back is you taking action versus you just sitting still.
Yeah, or say me. The reason why I took my 10 steps back so I can get 100 going forward is because I was building on not on unsolid foundation.
Hmm.
So I tore the house down. My 10 steps is tearing the house down so I can get the foundation right
Right.
and build versus I built building a house on a plot of land.
Hmm.
Man, so what happened? Well, there goes a empty lot right there. Let's just start putting the bricks on top of the grass.
Hmm.
Like, nah, at some point that house gonna fall down.
Yep.
So instead of having the house fall down, why don't I tear it down myself since it's already going to happen
Anyway.
anyways in the future?
Hmm.
I'm going to tear it down right now so it can be standing here a decade later.
Hmm.
Then build it up and it gets to a high level and then it all collapse in a decade.
Yeah, because it's like if we look at the years as stories of a building, it's way less damage if a 1-story building is falls down versus a 10-story building.
Yeah. So I'm like, if it's on story one, and I see 5 to 10 years from now, it's gonna crumble. Let's tear it down right now.
Right now, while we can reach the ceiling with our hands.
Yeah, let's tear it down right now.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Let's build the foundation solid and
Mhm.
then go.
Mhm.
It's like the pyramids, bro. You think if they That's what I'd be thinking. I'd be like, man, that foundation gotta be solid.
Super solid.
And the dig foundation, you gotta dig into the earth
Mhm.
first. I went to
Mhm.
Dubai, Burj Khalifa, tallest building in the world. I'm like, dang, how deep is the foundation? That's what I was thinking when I looked at it.
Yeah, yeah. Cause, cause isn't it like simple stuff is like twice? It got to be twice as deep or something like that.
I don't know the actual ratios. I just know the taller the building is, the deeper you gotta dig the foundation.
Hmm.
So I'm like, you got the tallest building in the world out here. Like, how deep did they have to go?
Right.
But we don't want to. We don't want to go down deep.
Mm-hmm.
Pause. We don't want. We don't want a plant. A plant got to be buried to grow.
Hmm.
Everything got to go. Everything got to dig down first
Hmm.
in order to go up. I'm like, I just started going up. I'm like, I ain't built the foundation.
Hmm.
So yeah, let's get the bulldozer. Let's get the sledgehammers. Let's tear it down.
Bro, it's so, bro. I'm over here thinking since you said that, bro. There's so much in what you just said, bro, about a plant has to be buried. Like I'm thinking about just like dirt on you. I'm thinking about
Yeah,
you
thank
got to be in
bro,
the
bro for
darkness. You got to be by
bro
yourself.
for
All that.
bro for a seed to grow. For one, it has to get buried. It got to get buried into the soil. Dirt got to get thrown on it. It got to be dark. It got to be alone. It got to be isolated.
Hmm.
It got to get wet, and it just takes a and it needs to be nurtured
Nurture. Hmm.
for it to grow. But everything got to be. That's what I'm saying. Like when we go through this, when we go through our dark times, I'm like, it's needed.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's vital.
You get out here, you start to put your name out there. You start to because here's the thing: you put anything on the internet, you make any type of content, you promote yourself in any way, shape, form, or fashion, you're gonna get negativity and criticism to come along with it. It comes with the game. It is what it is. As soon as you put something out there on the internet for consumption, you are now public property. People gonna throw dirt in your name. It's just like the seed. So go through y'all's process, build y'all foundation solid. Rest in peace, Nip Hustle. TMC. The marathon continues.